Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today we'll be testing out 2-player split screen racing on Gran Turismo 7 with 2 racing wheels to see if it can handle it and work. I'll include details on all the items I'll be showing today in the description below, but before I begin, if you're new to the channel, hope you can support me by subscribing and hitting the bell icon to get notified of my next release. I've got my Fanatec GT Pro racing wheel set up with a Club Sport shifter and handbrake on my sim cockpit from Trak Racer. This is the TR120, and next to that I have my Logitech G923 racing wheel and driving force shifter set up on my other sim cockpit, which is also from Trak Racer, and that's the TR8. Now I was thinking of trying this with my TV, which is an LG OLED C1, but that's only 55 inches in size. So for this test, I thought I'd go for the extra large option and use my projector. As you know what guys, size is everything. I've set up my motorized projector screen, which is from Vividstorm, and this has an ALR screen, which stands for ambient light rejection, and allows me to use a projector in daylight or even with the lights on. It's for projectors projecting up to 100 inches, and the projector I'm using is the XGIMI Horizon Pro, which is a 4K projector. It's not aimed at the gaming market due to the lag time, but it's more than sufficient for racing games. I've got my PS5 just underneath the projector screen, and I've connected a USB hub as there's only one USB port on the front of the console, and this allows me to easily connect both the wheels to it. So we'll power on the PS5, and as you can see, my Logitech G923 wheel starts calibrating. We'll assign this wheel as player 1 as it's on the left hand side, so we can just press the PS logo and sign in to my account. Now we can assign the second wheel, so we just power it on, make sure the power button is blue, meaning it's in PlayStation mode. Now we sign in as player 2, and it makes no difference when this is done, as you can do this after the game has started too. Let's start up Gran Turismo 7, and just to note, you will need an internet connection for this even though you're playing locally. Go to World Maps, and the first thing to be aware of is that the 2-player split screen option is not available by default when you first play the game. Gran Turismo 7 has something called menu books that are a list of objectives that act as a campaign, and it's the main way of progressing in the game. There's 39 menu books available, and once you've completed the first 9, you'll unlock the multiplayer option. Let's get started now and go into the multiplayer option. There's 2 selections available. Lobby is online play, where you can create a room and you can race online with friends. And then there's 2P split screen, which is what we'll be doing today. Race setting by default is 1 lap, and you can increase it here if you wanted to. There's even the possibility of changing the race startup option from rolling start to grid start. Next, on to car selection. Going in here, you have a default selection of cars. You don't see the ones in your garage, but to see them, you just go to the garage, select the car you want to see in 2-player split screen, and add the car to your favorites. Now going back to 2-player split screen, you can now see the car for both players. Now selecting a car for both the players using the controls on the wheel, there doesn't seem to be an option to select manual or automatic for the gears. Then we have course selection. We'll select a track, and it lets you select condition. We'll go for morning and sunny. We're all set to go, so let's start up a race. Checking the Logitech G923 first. The wheel and the pedals are working fine. You can feel the force feedback from the wheel, and even the changes in the road surface are felt too. Now trying the plus and minus, it does nothing, so we're not able to make any adjustments on the traction control, etc. Let's try out the shifter, and this does nothing too, and same with the paddle shifts. Now flipping over to the Fanatec GT Pro, the wheel and pedals are working perfectly, and again with this I'm getting even better amount of feedback from the wheel when compared to Logitech one. It's a big step up in comparison. Next, moving on to the Club Sport shifter, it does nothing when shifting through the gears. Paddle shifts also don't work. I've also got a handbrake attached, testing that, and awesome, that works. Now let's race. This is so good. As you can see, it works perfectly with no issues, and it takes 2-player split screen to the next level with a more immersive racing experience. It's much better than playing off a controller, and there really is no comparison between the two. But just a shame there's no option to enable the shifter on either of the wheels. So you've come to the end of another video, and I hope it's helped anyone wondering if 2-player split screen works with 2 racing wheels, and details are in the description below for all the products I've shown today. And if you're still here, drop me a player 2 in the comments and let me know what you think of my 2-player racing setup. And if you're new to the channel, hope you can support me by subscribing and hitting the bell icon to be notified of my next release. You can also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for viewing and see you in the next one.